Hello everyone, Tony here once again, and today we're gonna do the real review of Bleu de Chanel, the Eau de Parfum. Now, when I say real review, it doesn't mean that anybody else's review is fake. No, what I mean by that is that I purchased this fragrance with my own money, so I'm not gonna pledge no allegiance to nobody. I'm a real consumer just like you. There is no brand loyalty. There is no affiliate link so you can click, buy something and I get some commission. None of that. And most importantly, I am not trying to sell you anything. If I tell you that I like something, that means I really like it. And if I tell you that I don't like something, that means I really don't like it. And yes, I am 1000% ripping off Flossie Carter on that intro. I am in no way, and I repeat, I am in no way, shape or form claiming that I am an expert or that I know more than anyone else on the fragrance community. I'm just gonna share my experience and thoughts with you so you can make the choice if you drop your hard-earned money in a bottle of perfume or not. Take my review and really anyone's review with a grain of salt. We all have different perceptions, different skin chemistry, and of course, different tastes. So let's get busy. Let's start off with one of the most important aspects when it comes to purchasing a fragrance. The price. There is really no point of telling you the price of these fragrances because if you watch this video 2, 3 or more years from now, chances are the price is gonna be higher due to inflation. But today, in 2024, you can get this fragrance, the 100 milliliter bottle, for 157 American dollars. The price is always gonna be subjective. There are people who might save money for months just to get this fragrance, and there are some other people that can afford $300 fragrances in one single purchase on a daily basis. So it depends on each people's economy, of course. But for me, the price is TGH. Too goddamn high. $157, it's a lot of cash. Why am I saying that? I'll explain you later in the video. Is it worth the price? Let's find out. Let's continue with the notes. According to Fragrantica, beware, Fragrantica. On the top notes we got grapefruit, lemon, mint, pink pepper, bergamot, aldehydes, and coriander. On the middle notes we have ginger, nutmeg, jasmine, and melon. And finally, on the base notes, we have incense, amber, cedar, sandalwood, patchouli, amberwood, and labdanum. But you have great quality notes in here. Some of them are natural, some of them are synthetic, but that's irrelevant. This is Chanel. Even on their commercial segment, which is this one, you can smell quality on their products. So what I smell here, this is the part of the video that is kind of subjective. What I'm smelling here, it's a very complete fragrance that has all the elements to be a mass-pleasing, all-around workhorse. That's what Bleu fragrances are known for, after all. You got this citrusy, zesty opening notes that gives the fragrance this fresh and invigorating feeling to it. That with a hint of cleanliness. That is brought to the table thanks to the slightly bitter citruses, the ginger and also the jasmine. But on the base notes, you have this beautiful and masterfully blended resinous vibes, courtesy of the incense, amber, and the patchouli as well. So you have light and darkness coexisting perfectly inside of this bottle. Now this is somehow of a linear fragrance. It has some changes to it. Mainly the bright part tones down a little bit. That is due to the volatile nature of the citrusy notes. But how you smell it when you apply it on your skin or in your clothing or both after 15 minutes, that's pretty much exactly how the fragrance is gonna smell until the last second. I just mentioned some of the notes in this fragrance to highlight some of the aspects. Not all the notes, of course. But that's not important because that is just my perception. I told you this was the subjective part of the video. Of course, you can smell different things, different facets when you smell it because each nose is a totally different world. Now let's talk about a very important topic for a lot of people. The compliments. Personally speaking, I couldn't care less about the compliments. And this is kind of crazy because a lot of people buy fragrances with the sole purpose of hopefully feeling validated throughout other people's opinion. That's not my case. That's not my case. I'm one of those weird people that wear fragrances just to please myself, and that's it. I don't really be looking at all these top 10 panty droppers videos or those top 10 head turners fragrances anymore. Of course I did at some point, but that was years ago when I was first starting on the fragrance world. That being said, I have received a very considerable amount of compliments when I was wearing this fragrance, especially from women. Performance. Now, Let's talk about performance. But first, let me tell you something. Not all atomizers were created equal. Some of them are average, some of them just get the job done. You got some crappy ones that basically the bottle of fragrance just spits in your skin and your clothing without the consistent burst of fragrance. You've also got this famous mist atomizer, but you gotta play with them. All of those different kinds of atomizers don't eject the same amount of perfume on each spray. This one is okay. Oh god, smells nice. Now the performance on Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum is horrendous. Considering the price tag, I'm getting 4 to 5 hours maximum applying this heavily in both my skin and clothes. And I'm talking about 8 to 15 sprays. And the same thing with projection. Using that amount of sprays, this might be projecting for an hour within your arm's reach. Then you'll have it on your personal bubble, let's say within your elbow's reach for another hour before it becomes a skin scent. That unless you kiss someone, people are not gonna notice what you're wearing. Remember, not all fragrances were created with the purpose of be projecting like crazy with a longevity of 12 plus hours. There are more subtle scents that were created with the purpose of being more intimate. But in my opinion, this one should be right in the middle. It's a blue fragrance, it's meant to be versatile. But unfortunately, the performance turned out to be horrifying. Now, occasions. Due to the nature of blue fragrances that are meant to be versatile, you can wear this all year round, day and night. You can pull this off when the sun is up, due to the juicy and invigorating citruses and the energetic and uplifting vibe of the ginger and also the jasmine. But you can also pull this off at nighttime because of the depth and mysteriousness that incense, amber, and patchouli bring to the game with that resinous base. Now, considering what I said about the performance, you can easily assume that this is not the fragrance that you want to wear when you go out to the nightclub when there's a lot of people smoking cigarettes or somewhere in open spaces. This is something that I would wear going to the grocery store on a date when you're gonna have close interaction with your significant other, hopefully. Or even using it when you're fresh out of the shower before going to sleep. Gender, let's go with gender. This is marketed as a masculine fragrance, but I don't see why a daring woman cannot enjoy the citrus and resinous notes on this creation. But yeah, this smells 100% towards the masculine spectrum. And finally, age. This is meant to be a timeless fragrance, and I totally agree. But because of the incense and the resinous notes, I would say a man on his 20s can start enjoying this fragrance until the end of his days. But as always, do as you please. So, quality, very good. Versatility, 8 out of 10. Performance, mediocre. Compliments, check. Personally speaking, I refuse to purchase anything from Chanel's commercial segment up until this year that I got the Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. And despite the horrendous performance due to endless reformulations, somehow I'm still 100% satisfied with my purchase. Because you smell quality in here for being a commercial fragrance. After all, this is Chanel, and I truly love this fragrance. Now, before we get out of here, since this is an extremely popular fragrance, let me answer a couple of questions. Is the price worth it considering the disgusting performance? The answer is gonna vary from person to person. In my opinion, somehow it does justify its price, but it may not be the case for you. Is Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum worth it in 2024? Who cares? If you like the fragrance, go and buy it. Has a lot of people smelled this? I don't know. Depending on the country and the region that you're located, the answer is gonna vary. Will you cause a big impact on someone wearing this? Probably not, due to its popularity. But that has a lot to do with the answer of the previous question. At the end of the day, do what you want with your fragrance. No one, and I mean absolutely no one, is entitled to tell you what to do. This is just my opinion, as I stated on the very beginning of the video. Now, if this review was useful to you, I'm very honored. But I repeat, at the end of the day, do whatever you want. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, I really hope that you found this video useful. This was just the first review, more on the way. I'm gonna keep it on a commercial and very mainstream segment for a while before we start going back and forth on the rabbit hole that is the niche perfumery. Anyway, tack så mycket. Merci beaucoup. Muito obrigado. Dankeschön. Muchas gracias. Spasiba. Kiitos. Grazie mille. Arigatou gozaimasu. See you in the next video.